1.3 now. 1.3 asks us, hence determine the highest common factor of 198 and 3,960 above. Now this word hence, it just means that since you have done that now, you have written 198 as a product of its prime factors, you have written 3,960 as a product of its prime factors, hence or from there determine the highest common factor of those very numbers. Okay, so a lot of you, and please listen to this very carefully, a lot of you in 1.3, you went back and you did this again. You did all of this. You did your ladder, and you did all this stuff, and you did this ladder here, and you did all that stuff. So you basically repeated what you've done in 1.2, which wastes time because you have already done it in 1.2, and that is why the question in 1.3 says hence. So since you've done what you've done in 1.2 in the previous question, determine now the highest common factor of 198 and 3,960. In other words, use the answers of 1.2.1 and 1.2.2 and tell us what is the highest common factor of those numbers. So taking those numbers, so what I will do is I'll go back to 1.2.1 and I'm going to say, okay, 198 as a product of its prime factors is that. So I'm going to quickly go and I'm going to just write that again. So that's 198 is equal to, that was 2 times 3 squared times 11. So that was 2 times 3 squared times 11. And we'll say, okay, so that was 198. And for 3,960, it was 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 2 times 5 times 11. Okay, so that is the two numbers expressed as products of their prime factors, and from there we need to choose the highest common factor. So what is the highest common factor? Well, the highest common factor will be the factors that are common in these two sets of prime factors. So which factors are common? Well, it is 2. Sorry, that was the wrong. It is... should we use pink? Okay, let's just continue using pink. It is 2, so that's common. So I'm going to write 2, but of course I'll write the 2 that can divide, or that is a factor for both sets. So in other words, the 2 with the smallest exponent, because I can't choose 2 to the power 3 because 2 to the power 3 cannot divide into 2. So I choose the one that I choose the smallest one, basically. In other words, the one with the smallest exponent. So that is 2 to the power 1. Okay, so that is common. Then what is the other common one? Well, 3 and 3, they appear both, or they appear in both sets. So it's 3 to the power 2 and 3 to the power 2. Now in this case, both 3's have the same exponent, so I will just choose that one, which is 3 to the power 2. Do not choose 3 only. You choose the one that appears in your two sets and the one that's the lowest. So the one that's the lowest here appears in both, 3 to the power 2. So you choose 3 to the power 2. Then, is there something else? Yes, there's the 11. The 11 appears both times. So 11 is common. It's a common factor. So that will be times 11. And of course, the highest common factor is not a product, it is a number, so you need to multiply that out. So this, of course, if I simplify, it will be 2 times 9 times 11. And we're going to just take our calculator. 2 times 9 times 11 gives us 198. So the highest common factor here is 198.